Welcome back to our candidate interview series. Today we're with Chad Johnson, who's running for the State House of Representatives. How are you today?
Doing wonderful.
All right, ready to get started?
I think so.
All right, let's start with some background about yourself.
Okay. So my name's Chad Johnson. Was born and raised in Gainesville. Went to school, high school in Gainesville. Graduated from the University of Florida with a degree in food resource economics. I always knew I was going to do something in agriculture. Met my wife, who is a resident of Levy County, old family from Levy County, Angela Quincy. We were married in '94, moved to Levy County, and that's where we've raised our family. My mother's family were Michaels from here in Gilchrist County. So between my wife and I, we've got ties to all three counties of this district.
Okay. What is your past political service history and experience?
So in 2009, I was appointed to the Levy County Commissioner by the governor at that time, and then served 2 years, and then was reelected and served 4 years with the Levy County Commission. And it was right there during or post the real estate bust. And so managing the fiscally constrained county during tough times and economic strains. Then we got out of politics, been out of politics for 10 years. Not necessarily missed it, but this calling came, and so here we are today.
What's your motivation for running for office?
Biggest motivation is it took us a little while to enter the race from the standpoint that we thought there were some other folks that were going to run that would be wonderful candidates. One of them was Bobby Schultz, sheriff here in Gilchrist County. The other was Denny George, who's the CEO for Central Florida Electric. And then there were a couple other names that were tossed around that I thought would be great candidates. I was not looking to get back into politics. And so by default and just various circumstances, those people did not choose to run. And so we wound up, I guess, not drawing the short straw, but the opportunity was there. No one that we felt represented the two rural communities and understood fiscally constrained counties and still understood Gainesville as well, really were there. And so we stepped up and now we're carrying the flag.
Why are you the best candidate for this office?
So the main reason is just like I mentioned before, the Tri-County area has not had a resident legislator since going all the way back to 1988 when Gene Hodges was there. Two of the counties in this district are fiscally constrained, which means, unfunded mandates have a huge impact on those counties. And so understanding the rural communities, understanding the unique school systems that are in Gilchrist and Levy, both great successful school systems, but at the same time, trying to help those schools improve their CTE programs, and then understanding the dichotomy there in Gainesville. And so I'm basically the only candidate that really understands all three parts of the district.
What issues are most important to you that you'll address upon being elected?
So obviously agriculture, my career has always been in agriculture. Feel very strong. Insurance-wise, my mother was in the insurance. Lots of family members are in that insurance industry, and that's probably one of the most stressed and challenged industries in the state of Florida. So we'll work on that. My wife and her sister. My wife was a school teacher in Levy County. My sister-in-law continues to teach here in Gilchrist County, and so education will be a strong focus, improving our CTE programs, and then making sure that those kids that wish to pursue degrees in college are getting the necessary foundation so that they can be successful in college. And then the other thing is first responders, making sure that we're taking care of our first responders from the standpoint that when you have a safe county or state, and or you have people that are willing and able to come to you in your time of need, I think those make a civilization and make a culture whole. And so we'll work on first responder initiatives.
Okay. What endorsements have you received that would mean something to the people of Gilchrist County?
We've been so blessed with endorsements. Bobby Schultz, the sheriff here in Gilchrist County, Todd Newton, clerk of courts, Chuck Clemens, who is the current representative and has done a great job representing Gilchrist County, has endorsed us. Dennis Baxley, who was Senate President Pro Temp, has endorsed us. Stan McLean, who will probably be the next senator for the southern part of this district. Bobby Payne, to name just a few of the leaders. And then certain industries, the Association Industries of Florida, the Florida Chamber, Florida Nurses Association, Florida Realtors. We're NRA, what they call an AQ, which is the highest rating you can get from NRA without being an elected official. So we've got an endorsement from MO.com. So just a lot of great endorsements that we're very proud of.
What can the people of Gilchrist County expect from you as our state representative?
Three things that come to me right off the bat is accessibility. My wife and I are part of this community. People in Gilchrist as well as Levy and Gainesville all know us. They know how to get in contact with us, and we will be accessible. We'll be accountable because this district is made up of so many friends and family. There's a different degree of expectation that we will be held to a more accountable situation, and we're up for that challenge. I don't want to look into Bobby's eyes and him be disappointed with us that we didn't help the Gilchrist Sheriff. I don't want to look at Michelle Walker and her be disappointed with me based on an education decision. So accountability will be very strong. And then the third is appropriations. What we don't really think about as legislators, everyone says they're going to go up there and do this and do that. And in the grand scheme of things, you're one of 120 in the House. And my goal is going to be to work to get appropriations to help us with issues in the two rural counties that they couldn't do on their own, be it radio towers for EMS, jails, or anything that is just a huge financial burden, working to get those appropriations back into the rural, fiscally constrained counties that help them.
All right. Is there anything we haven't talked about that you feel like everybody needs to know?
Probably everybody says, what's the contrast? And I don't know a lot about my opponent. The only two endorsements that she's received have been from legislators that served in the House with her brother years ago. And they're from South Florida and part of the West Florida Water Management District. And those counties are challenged water-wise, and we enjoy water. We have water here in North Florida. And so trying to make sure that there's no alliances that would allow our water to go south. And then just we've touched on everything from the standpoint that I am accessible. My wife and I say we're three degrees from everybody. Generally, somebody knows somebody that knows us. And so that accessibility. And then our biggest goal is to represent the people in this area. It is a place that we know and love. We raised our kids here. It's a fabulous place to raise families. Just a great, my personal opinion, this is the best part of Florida. This is God's country, no matter what they say across the state. And so representing the people that are in this district to the best of my ability.
It's Chad Johnson for State House Representatives.